the city of Austin out here destroying lives. While DPS is over under airport with bulldozers right now, airport and I-35 with TxDOT and whoever their contractors are, there's some crosses of people that have died on the streets. Memorial with 2 crosses, 2 people died there. Anyhow, you see this trash? This is the city's cleanup. And the state's cleanup too, but in this case we're dealing with the city of Austin. They'll leave all this trash. They won't mow these properties. They won't keep their sidewalks maintained, any of that stuff. They're backing up. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna go walk over here. There's currently no work zone. I see several police officers across the street. There's at least 2 vehicles. I don't know what they're doing over there. All these vehicles look like they're leaving. But I saw a police officer over here. Possibly a black female police officer that was looking like she was doing something to somebody over here. I don't know, possibly. I hit this button. Gotta wait. Anyhow, so I saw Rudy over here and some other known abusers of the poor down here, known racist scum. But hey, it's cool. Bulldozers, trash trucks, stealing all your belongings. I mean, you might wonder, like I did when I got laid off at Microsoft. As an engineer, I was like, what would it be like? I went and consulted and whatnot, but what would it be like if I was on the streets? So I moved to Austin at some point, looking for work at Dell. Turns out Dell's just another sweatshop that doesn't respect its employees, and it's even worse now than it just was then. So, but what would it be like to be, how would I want to be treated? What does it look like if you live on the streets? Because there were so many people out here. And so I had friends out here, I talked to people, and I learned. And a lot of people haven't learned that are making policy right now. They're not having respect. What's up, man? Yeah, Lizard King. Lizard King. Sometimes I have a lizard. Sometimes I have a lizard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How you been, Dad?
Good. What's your name?
My name's Louis, Dad.
Louis. Are they bothering people?
No, it's just, I mean.
They took everything?
They do what they gotta do every Tuesday.
What their masters tell them, right? I steal for politicians. Would you steal for politicians?
Of course.
You would? If they gave you a job, you would go steal?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying.
I gotta do what I gotta do,
Well, what if there was a better job? As an electrician or computers or something? Why would you do this? This is a shitty job.
These motherfuckers don't give a fuck, and they don't, because you know what I think? You know what I think? Okay. There's always one individual
that fucks up for
everybody. No. There's always one individual in this whole group or in any other group. There's always one that cleans the shit out of everybody's shit. There's one that does something right.
Yeah.
But
it's good. You're good.
They got it. Hey, okay. So say I was
the cops bother
you? Every morning I clean this shit.
Yeah.
I make sure it's clean as possible.
Yeah,
right?
I saw one lady like that today.
Because
and they came at her with the bulldozer. They were going to come at her with the bulldozer.
Yeah.
Her stuff was clean.
Yeah.
All she had was a little tent and a dog.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Shit.
So they don't care.
No,
they don't care.
They don't. That's what's up.
But I'm going to go see what's going on over there.
And sometimes they take my meds, my medication. They don't let us take
beds and medication and water. Ice.
Take nothing but your backpack and your dogs and
you gotta get out of here. No time, no notice, no. But did they tell you? So under the state law,
they tell you ahead of time. Every Tuesday they are here at 9.
Yeah, sometimes they're not, and they come like another day. And
Yes, sir.
scare people.
Okay, they'll come today, then they're gonna come tomorrow again.
Yeah, they're trying to kill y'all, but it's cool. I'm cool with it, whatever.
Hey, Dad, they
Yeah.
got housing for everybody.
No, they don't.
Hopefully I get mine Thursday, Dad.
I hope so.
Community
I hope
village.
you do. Good luck,
I
man.
know I will.
Who are you going
It's
through?
paid for.
Who are you going through?
It's already paid for. Sunrise.
Oh yeah, Sunrise.
That's the best.
Pastor Mark. I know Pastor Mark.
That's the only church I recommend everybody.
Yeah. What about Mosaic?
I don't know about Mosaic.
They do a lot of stuff too, but I don't know
I
them.
just
I
that
don't. I know
Sunrise is the
Pastor
most
Mark.
active church in Austin.
So the citizens are trying to get rid of Sunrise.
yeah, they
I
are.
went to the meeting,
Yeah,
and they said that y'all should die. They said don't even give them Narcan, let them die. That's
for
what
that
they
reason,
said.
I
I
thank
got
my
it on
God.
recorded. I live streamed them saying it.
All lives matter.
They're rabid. The citizens here are rabid with hate. Hate. All right, man.
That is good.
I'm gonna walk down here and I'll be back. Let's go see what my buddies have to say about their nose work zone today. As soon as they see me, they posted on previous YouTube channels videos several years ago. They're gonna create. There's Rudy's truck. He's just off-roading it. As soon as they see me, they start setting up work zones. Orange truck shows up with a bunch of barricades, and they try to keep me out of the work zone because they don't want to be filmed, and that's what they said. There's Adrian. They don't want to be filmed. This is Relief Enterprise, a nonprofit that steals from the poor. There's tents and all sorts of stuff in here. There's even shopping carts that need to be returned. They're going to all go to landfillers. There's an office chair, a bunch of shopping carts. I don't talk to them unless they talk to me. So it's good. Take a look at what we got in here. So they backed a lot of stuff up so you can't see it, but the bigger stuff, like that mirror, I don't know if it was already broken. They probably smashed it. That cooler right there, the city said it's policy to not take coolers and ice and food. Like Wedo said in the last video this morning, there's a lot of shopping carts. There's probably 20, 30 shopping carts in there that are going to go to landfill. That's also illegal. Yeah. Wedo said they took his pictures, his family pictures. That really weighs on me. That he has no other pictures. This looks like one of the bad cops here. I don't know what his name is, but he looks familiar, kind of. See that? There's it's really dark, but it's 7842 is the unit number. So I'm just standing here. If they want to talk to me, they can talk to me. It don't matter. They probably just drive off. They drive off with shame. Currently no seatbelt. They don't usually wear their seatbelts. Just waves at me and drives off like a punk. They know what they're doing is wrong. You know that what they're doing is wrong. There's a bunch of people in Austin that don't think it's wrong. They actually have been supporting this, trying to pass illegal laws about this. But it's a violation of the Constitution, international and human rights laws. It's a violation of the state camping law because they have to tell you where you can go. Here's Rudy's vehicle. It's Fleet, says Fleet Rental on the side. Doesn't have a department. Texas exempt 1330443. And they want to do something to me. They want me to do something so they can retaliate. But there was another black woman over here. So there's two cops down there. And they're looking down. I'm going to go down here. I'm sorry. In fact, the sweet people are all going down there. The other cops going there. They're looking. They're going to either sweep down here or they're on a man-woman hunt, whatever you call it. Person of interest. I forget what, there's another term. The police have their own language. They do what's called code switching. They might be nice to you. They might be nice on the radio to dispatch, to 911 or whatever. They might be nice to their supervisors, but they hide their sociopathy well. They do a lot of bullying and terrorizing. The law is not meant to protect the poor, apparently, especially right now. People have weaponized the law even more than it already was, like we needed that. Underestimating the underdogs. I might have to go through 60 over here. Hey, how's it going, man? Does it look like a cop? But it's not. They just want to look like a cop. They got special lights in the front though, or something. That might be a cop. So Relief Enterprises is backing up in here. Their trailer's mostly full to the top. It's like a 15-foot trailer with walls and a tarp on top. Hey, what's going on, man? You doing all right? They making people move, or what's going on? Huh? Down here too? Okay, cool. Well, I've been like trying to tell them to obey the law for a long time. They have to tell you where you can lawfully go or what they're doing is illegal under state statute. Oh no, that's the recent can't do.
I haven't found the right where to go to here.
Call the ACLU, the ALG, the Austin Lawyers Guild, call all the activist groups.
Oh, I know. I've been like on a farm for 4 years. I got an RA and my hearing. I can't hear.
You're disabled? RA? What's an RA? Oh, rheumatoid. I didn't even know that one.
My hearing kept me out of the military.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. You've had hearing for a long time.
Everything's an echo.
An echo? Okay. Is it better if I'm louder or no? Can you read lips?
Yeah.
Okay. My friend's deaf. He can read lips.
I do too. I do not read Spanish.
Right. You don't do Greek? You don't do Greek? You don't do Greek? So
little Hebrew, little.
Are they threatening to arrest people? Yeah.
Well, I was up here last two weeks ago. They come in and I said, I was asleep up there and they woke me up like this and I said, they would let me take my backpack or nothing.
You were asleep and they wouldn't let you take your backpack or nothing.
This is all I can.
It's wrong, man. It's wrong. It's against the law. I'm telling you. Yeah. All right, man. All right. I'm gonna pay attention to what's going on over here. Not to get too distracted, but that was an interesting story. The man said he was asleep, and they took everything he owned. Wouldn't let him take his backpack that time. So there's Rudy. He's an oppressor. And the workers, the old guy's actually on our side, I think. He's on the side of the homeless, but they won't let him say anything, do anything. That looks like Creasy to me, but I don't know. So yeah, they're targeting people back here, hiding out, trying to get away from the police. Mostly people of color, a lot of black people, a lot of women. There is stuff to be cleaned up, and they can clean it up without taking that. There's a tent down there. They're looking at somebody's tent. Y'all gonna leave the tent?
Yeah, we're just gonna get the clothes.
That's cool, man. Thank you, Rudy, for saving the tent. Thanks for saving one tent. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We're just trying to clean up the trash, sir.
That's cool, man. I'm cool with that. I found some trash over there, kitty corner, all along the roadway, and there's really high weeds that's kind of holding it there. But if someone mows it down, it'll just turn to micro trash and get in our water supply.
It's always best to clean it
lower
up
our
first.
fertility rates.
Just trying to keep the watershed safe.
Yeah.
Did you say kitty corner?
Catty corner.
Or catty corner.
Kitty corner,
okay.
whatever you call it.
That's private, but I can tell code about that.
Oh no, I don't want to get
code
people in
helps.
trouble, but
No, well,
yeah.
generally they'll just talk to the owners and they'll have it cleaned up.
I mean, they can hire one of us to do it. You know what I
the
mean?
other ones?
No, not the other ones.
No?
No. They're also white supremacists. No, it's just like one of the people from the streets. Like
I got you.
this person I met today, Wedo, up on South Austin during the sweep. He lost everything. The city took everything he owns, and he actually goes and cleans up trash for he'll go to a business and offer it. So that he's working, but like while he's working, his stuff is at risk from like this. So if it was just trash cleanup, it'd be one thing, but it's
That
not
might
just
be a good program to let HSO know about it, the homeless services office.
Yeah, David Gress said he's not responsible for the damage y'all do.
He's damage?
Yeah, for anything that you or the police do. He's not responsible for any law breaking or theft. You know, he said he's not responsible at all. So I don't know what to say. Like
Well, I'm just talking
the
about
leadership.
Like those private cleanups.
Oh, yeah.
If you can, that might be a good program to help put people in contact with a citizen. I know that might be some insurance issues, but
I plan on starting my own. I've been planning it for a while, but the problem is, so I had people willing to do it, but they got displaced on Riverside, and we lost touch. Steve-O, and they were already cleaning up trash.
You're talking about years ago? When it was big?
When I helped reestablish the Riverside camp. So that by disrupting the networks, we can't organize to help do, because people do individually clean up, right? You see them, right?
I've actually seen that. Yes,
yeah,
sorry.
but like to organize it is what we need to do, and not to have like this nonprofit of the other one's foundation profiting and letting indigenous people freeze to death at their camp. Indigenous women, like, they don't care. They're literally just, you can't have a bunch of drunk white dudes run an org and think it's going to go anywhere. Alan Graham's place, like a black man got shot with, I think, no clothes on. The police shot him to death, and Alan Graham thanked the police. Wow. So he had no weapon, no clothes. So like these organizations run by white men and women are harmful, and I don't support a single one of them. And I have stories after stories after stories of sexual abuse, of other kinds of abuse, of refusal. For like at Mobile O's and Fishers Community First Village, my friend's over there, she's with the Challenger also. She's a black veteran. She can't get case management. And the other one's foundation, when she was at Camp Esperanza, they wouldn't give her case management. I didn't know that. They keep refusing, so they're all harmful. And it's a culture. What happened was the media and the city council spend all this neoliberal time talking trash about homeless people, making them the boogeyman, that now they've even added new laws that aren't legal. Everything is illegal that's going on. And you know how you would want to be treated, right, Rudy, if you were on the street? 'Cause that's what I thought about before I was homeless. I'm like, how would I want to be treated? So I got to know people and like learned.
Oh, I do my best.
And so there's a lot of good people out here. And there's a lot of white supremacists that are on the streets that are bad people, that are murderers, they kill people of color. So there's a lot of Aryan Brotherhood, there's a lot of Klan.
Horrible. Okay,
there are a lot of neo-Nazis. And maybe those should be the target. Or maybe the ones that work at APD that are doing this, that are in the same groups.
Well,
right?
I just have my sides.
I know. That's what the government does, though. They pass the buck. It's all of y'all's responsibility under law, and the Whistleblower Act protects you. So, we lost, what's his name? Wes? Was his name Wes with Parks and Rec?
Wes, yes.
He advocated for people, and then he died of cancer. So we lost somebody. So we need people on the inside. I think that's right. And he died a couple of years ago, I hear, of cancer. I don't have all the details.
Yes, he was Watershed.
Was he Watershed or Parks and Rec?
He was Watershed, sir.
But he said when we went to the Parks and Rec meetings, he would send emails, he would speak up. He did Vice articles about the harm that's being done by the city of Austin. There's a Vice article about what y'all are doing. So it's very well exposed.
Yes, sir.
And then so we need people to turn towards the people and away from sociopaths that would break the law. So like what people are telling me today on interviews is that the crew and the police, and I'm not seeing it here, but the other crew maybe, the police, they're cutting tents, they're dragging people by their feet in their sleep, they're beating up people in their sleep, they're laughing, they're destroying shit. So that's the kind of sociopathy that happens when a politician says, go get them. Just do whatever you want to do. We'll give you unlimited resources, Spencer Crunk, city manager. So when they do that kind of stuff, and when the media and the white liberal media makes the poor people to be the problem with the economy, not the rich people that are really the problem, and they deflect the blame. There's people hoarding, like Elon Musk owns over 2,500 acres in Austin now, that he's not going to be letting homeless people on. When the hurricane hit down in Houston, Joel Osteen closes the door. Yeah. So we know who's for the little guy and who's for the big guy. And loyalism goes to the basis of 1776, right? The loyalist versus patriots. So are you a patriot? Should people be a patriot to uphold the law and the Constitution so that we're all protected from government encroach, even at our homes? Or should we be a loyalist, say, well, the powers that be, Greg Abbott and them said we're going to do this, and George Watson said we're going to do this for the developers. But the developers are the ones making homelessness by hyper-inflating our rents and, buying up large ships that they don't need. They're not even from here. They're evicting people through the courts, evicting people into homelessness today. And now we got, 50,000 was my latest count? Is that
50? I heard it was wrong.
5,000? No. So that's the official count. The unofficial count is there's this many camps, and they average about 30 people a camp. And if you do the math, it was 50,000. And that's what some city employees told me.
Wow.
So That's,
thank you for your service. Thank you for helping.
Yeah, I mean, I just want everybody to be, just like if you were homeless and your kids, like I've told you 1,000 times, I want them to be safe from government oppression. It's like, because it trickles up, man. It's the oppression is going to trickle up to the middle class, you know?
It already is. Absolutely.
Yeah, it already is. We all feel it. We all know the government's not responsive. You know what I mean?
Well, I thank you again. Thank you for being here.
I can just say maybe a little bit. I don't want to get too much, you know.
Oh, no, roger that, sir.
Yeah, because the cops try to report me. The same cops that are arresting me and beating me and shooting my dog are trying to be my friend. And so I don't like that, like, you know. And I know we've had some antagonism in the past, but I just want you to know that I'm still alive, and I'm still going to be filming.
God bless you.
And if y'all want to set up a work zone, I'll go in the work zone. I still don't care if I get arrested, you know, because it's our rights that I'm fighting for. It's your rights, my rights. Like when you're not on duty, you have the right to film the police, and I'm upholding your right too. You know, everybody. Yeah. He's fake. You know, it's all fake. Hi, how are you, Officer Coleman? I hear it's just a cleanup today, that they're not hurting nobody. That's good. That's good. I've had a lot of reports, but I haven't had your name on the report, so that's good. I noticed there's about 20 to 30 grocery carts that are private property to somebody. What's their? Is it all going to landfill? You know? In the trailer. You can see them. They're all on every side of the trailer. There's grocery carts that are undamaged. They should go back to the grocery store like Target and.
He's the one that runs that shift. It's out of my purview.
I hear you. You ever notice how the government passes the buck? If I went to HEB and stole 30 carts, I would get in trouble. But when the government's doing it, it's okay. You ever notice that? And then it's always some other department's responsibility to be the law enforcer. You ever notice that? It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's good. We're good. I'm glad they're cleaning up and not turning it into micro trash with the lawnmowers too. I'm an environmentalist. I don't like micro trash. I don't like styrofoam and fiber fill, which is also in cigarettes and blankets and dog toys. That stuff gets around a twig in the water or near the water, and then it gets a bunch of leaves, and then it grows some more stuff, and it turns into this big monster, and it starts with just a little piece of fiber fill on a twig. That's what I learned up on a park cleanup when we were doing park cleanups in South Austin.
Did they say why some of the stores require you to still bring reusable bags and some don't, and they went back to just making them available?
I think it's profit. I think everybody just wants to make a buck off a law. Like those things can't cost that much, the little ones, and they charge a nickel, dime. That's way too much. And then what does that thing become in a flood? You go down to below the low water dam, and they're in the trees, way up high. Yeah. It becomes micro trash, and then you try to pick it up a year later, and it just kind of goes. And so you can't do anything about that. And the same thing that these new studies are repeating, because we've already been told, but now they're like getting more agitated about it, is those same plasticizers can affect ovaries and sperm and reproductive systems in animals and humans. The same plasticizer, as it breaks down, it gets in all our food, all our water, all the stuff, and that also costs the taxpayer money to build a new system if we're going to clean it out, right?
That must be one of the reasons why we lack common sense is not so common anymore.
Yeah. But it's the profit that's doing it. Like if they can get money off of it, personally, I reuse them, then I throw them in the trash. You know what I mean? I reuse them. I like my little plastic bags. I'll use a paper bag too. I can burn a paper bag, but to have to pay 25 cents for an HEB bag when there's no law anymore, or carry it, I'll just carry it, or I'll just take it in the cart. I'm one of those stubborn ones. I'll just take it in the cart and load it into the car like one at a time and look like an idiot. But also you don't buy as much if you don't grab a cart, you don't buy, like you go to Walmart, you gotta just carry it. Because if you start getting a cart, it's over for you. You'll be making decisions. Yeah, the plastic bags are a problem. They could just convert to paper. I mean, I hate to see them in the trees like ornaments. I got lots of video of that stuff. I've been thinking.
Really beautiful creek bed over off of Cameron Road and Rutland. It's down by the Public Employees Credit Union. There's a really gorgeous creek bed.
Oh yeah, the limestone.
White, the limestone.
Okay.
And everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really pretty. But then you look up in the trees and it's like, how did that cart get there? It's literally, I can't even grab it. I couldn't grab it if I wanted to. But just all the debris that comes through when it does finally fill up.
So did you know that, well, it's a theory. I'm not going to say it's the truth, but it's a theory within somebody's family that I know that all these cities, they put the rich uphill on the mountain or whatever, the poor down in the valley, but then the rich on the west and the poor on the east, and the east side gets more trash from the flow of the water going west to east or something like that. I don't know.
It might be an old wives' tale, but there might be some validity to that. That'd be worth a study.
Yeah, that's
Very
an interesting. Yeah, I never heard that one before until recently.
Well, when you think about are you from Austin?
I've been here a long time. I've fought for Austin.
Okay.
You know,
Think about
in this war on the streets. You know.
I had a little bit of, I'm not from Austin, a little bit of historic information in how, utilities were cut off and certain people weren't allowed to maintain utilities, and they got pushed over to the east side.
Huh.
Literally. And,
Yeah, like the coal factory or whatever, the Holly thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. There might be some validity to that.
Well,
Rumor or fable or what have you. But you know what? Every lie starts with a piece of truth.
yeah.
And it grows.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. And a lot of what they tell us is a lie about equity and other things. I mean, we know the 25 master plan divided Austin by minorities on the east and whites on the west, supported by the first vagrancy laws, which led to us being here right now doing, camp sweeps, camp cleanups. All that comes from the vagrancy law against slaves and minorities, because the whites wanted control. Stephen F. Austin himself was a slave trading land impresario. He stole land from Mexico because Mexico didn't. That's why we had the Alamo. You remember the Alamo? I always say that. Remember the Alamo? But that was because the slave traders wanted to do slavery, and it was illegal in Mexico to import African slaves. So that's what Stephen F. Austin, Sam Houston, Jim Bowie, all of them were all about slavery and white supremacy. So it's still in effect today. If we don't give decency and space to people on the streets, especially black and brown people, and indigenous people, and women, they need to all be given decency on the streets. I talked to a trans person earlier today on Ben White that was swept. He lost everything, including his, and this is weighing on me, he lost everything except for in a sweep because he wasn't at his camp and he had to do something. Or he said you can call him he or she. He said he doesn't care. He's like fluid. And so said that lost his little children's photos from back in the camera days before there were cell phones, so there's no digital copies. So that's it. They took it and they're in that one of these trailers going to the landfill, and I can't do anything for them. And I wish there was something I could do for him, but there's nothing I can do because his Fourth Amendment rights were violated without warrant or lien outside of the state camping statute, because he wasn't given notice, he wasn't given property storage, he wasn't given a place to stay, and he wasn't told where he can legally camp. Can you tell me where we can legally camp?
Bastrop State Park, King Falls.
So I went to
all paying locations.
Yeah,
of course.
I went to McKinney Falls a couple of years ago when that rumor first started coming out, and they said it's definitely not designated a homeless camp. That the city lied. They said the city lied that you have to have a reservation and it's paid, but they are not bringing in homeless people. And I haven't checked with Bastrop State Park, but that's 35 minutes away. I've camped there.
It says that you have to let them know where it doesn't say that you let them know, or we build homeless encampment locations
In the statute.
in the statute.
So you read the statute.
Where is it available? We have to let them know where you can legally camp.
Yeah.
And McKinney State Falls is that, and I always make sure I clarify it's paid.
And they don't want you there.
So,
they said they don't want you there. I have it on video. They said they don't want us there. They said it's a city
and that's
lie.
something that you can actually go, and I'm sure you
They
do a
don't
lot of
care.
advocacy work.
The
and
city
everything.
doesn't care. The thing is, it's always past the buck, and nobody takes personal responsibility for the harm they do when 500 or more people die on the streets from negligent homicide and purposeful targeting by the city, stealing their things.
So what is your purpose? How do you get? What's your platform? How do you get the word out?
So I'm a member of the press. So I have my platforms through social media and
is that working?
as a stringer. So when the government doesn't give a fuck because it's run by sociopaths that get paid no matter what, no, it doesn't work. There's literally members of your department that have targeted me and others that have not been held accountable. I've been run over by your cops and they've not been held accountable. I've been beat up by your cops, not been held accountable.
You haven't taken it to a higher level?
I'm in the federal court. So I'm as far as I can go right now within my means. But the problem is the people in the uniform aren't doing their part to hold other officers accountable. It's actually your responsibility under the Code of Blue, under law, to hold each other accountable. And so when you see something like a theft of a tent, or you see something like personal property being stolen that's not trash, and that you're pretty sure is not trash, you have a duty to intervene. And you have a whistleblower act to prevent you from retaliation. Right? And I don't have a whistleblower act because I'm not a federal employee or whatever.
For me, in my employment and the folks that I've worked with, including these guys, I've not witnessed that. So, true. It's everyone's responsibility to speak up and say something, see something, say something, right?
Right. It's not my responsibility, it's yours.
It's everyone's responsibility as being a member of this society. See something,
it's
say
a duty.
something. And that is why you even record and have your platform that you can use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. You're right.
I appreciate that.
It's just not everyone's doing it, and I'm trying to spread the word, because there are some people that are, some officers that are cutting tents, slashing tents with knives, dragging people out by their sleep, in their sleep, disturbing their dogs, bashing them in the face.
That's disturbing to hear.
No, I've told city council. I've made wanted posters. These cops are known. Ruggio, Espinosa, Creasy, Garvey, Barch. These are all cops that are involved and Rudy has done a lot of bad stuff. He's on video doing all sorts of stuff. And he works with you, but now he's trying to be amicable because we're in federal court. If I wasn't in federal court, I would be arrested right now for doing what I'm doing. Again.
We're talking?
Exactly. Free speech is not free during a sweep. They literally went on my YouTube and said they were going to do that before they did it. J.R. Lopez.
They're wrapping up. I'm not...
It's cool. But thank you for not arresting anybody, including me. And thank you for not... I thank him for not taking the tent. I thank Rudy for not taking the tent already.
My first job is safety.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
And I'm here for the environment, too. We just have to do it in a voluntary way.
Okay.
All right.
Good to see you.
See you later. Who's the other cop here? Is it Creasy? Creasy?
Oh no, he's not here.
Who's over there? There's another cop in the black vehicle.
Oh, that's Officer Solis.
Oh yeah, he don't like me either. All right, we'll see you later. Yeah, it's okay not to be liked for the right reasons. I'll be not liked for the right reasons any day. So they're going across the street. I'm going to go across the street too, see if anyone wants to talk. 135-3058. Ghost Mark 7842 is Solis. 8812 is the unit number of this big suburban here for, I forget, Carpenter, something like that. Start with a C. I am not good for names. Yeah. I've never had them kiss my butt like that. They've been on me for literally like 6, 7, 8 years, trying to get me arrested, trying to escalate me, trying to threaten me, trying to get me away with my camera. I've tried everything, trying to keep me away from the schedule. All of a sudden, things are different because we're in a lawsuit. Everyone needs to sue the police. That's the deal. So they took everything that anybody owned over here, and they did a decent job of cleaning up. They didn't clean out the storm sewers. They're full of trash. They didn't blow, and they didn't power wash. They didn't try to stop the rats, because there's rats all over town. I don't know if they're European rats or what. I call them European rats, whatever. And then over here, they're saying there was something about trash. Maybe on the other side of the road, but they're all turning over there. I don't know what's going on. I don't think I have my body cam on. Dang it. I think it might have run out of power or something. Oh, don't talk to cops, and if you do talk to cops, don't be afraid to give them some shit. Everything's not okie doke and honky dory. Trust me. So, as you can see, diversity is just crowd control. The black cop denied that she works with a bunch of felons, that they're just out there to target the homeless, and they get off on it. We get the stories from people, actual people, that actually lived through the event, and then you get the story from the sociopath who's always going to be the hero or the victim. He'll never be the perpetrator in his side of the story, because they spin it. I've noticed the police do that a lot. They're the good guys and gals of law enforcement. They obey the law when it comes to you, but when it comes to the city, if you're stealing, like Ruggiero, the one that hit us with the SUV while we were filming, while we were walking, Brianna and I, my fellow filmer, Ruggiero said in the videos, you can look on my videos for Ruggiero, R-O-U-G-E-O. He's an APD representative, district representative in South Sector, I think, whatever you call it, George, Henry, whatever. Anyway, so he said he's zero tolerance on the homeless, that he busts heads, that he asked a person at their camp with everything they own in a basket, trying to get away from him. And the sweeps, he asked him, do you have a receipt for that car? If not, I'm gonna have to take it because it's stolen. So they'll uphold the law when it's an individual, but when it's the organization they work for, they're lawless. And that is what the meaning of hypocrisy is. That's it. That's all you need to know. Whatever you can't do, your government's already done. Whatever you think that the worst criminal has done, your government, the cops, all these politicians have done worse, way worse than anything that anybody's ever done, including El Chapo. They've set up world wars. They've set up puppet wars around the world. They've kidnapped and raped migrant children for years under your nose while you watched, and while you're still watching it go on under fake Joe Biden and fake Donald Trump. It don't matter. They're all fake. So they're over here. There's a little trash they said. I don't really see anything from here, but it must be pretty minimal. We'll see if they go after anybody's tents. That's all I care about. Personal property. The trash I want picked up, but it's got to be trash, y'all, and not humans. What's up, man? Let's say hi to people. Look people in the eye. Say hi to people. Smile. It's not all that hard to do, people. Y'all can get along. Trust me. See y'all in a bit. Get this thing to do its thing here.